And we're going to start the game in 3, 2, 1. I'm tight. Right, starting up in 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, this is the D-Pad crew here, and welcome to our Let's Play of Spartan X for the Nintendo Famicom, also known as Kung Fu for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I'm your host DB, and I am joined tonight by...
What's up, Smelly here.
CP!
Summer Rose.
Minion.
I'm out of water.
Yes, TB.
You forgot to introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm a minion.
Our next play is going to be next play will be Spartan X for the Famicom, and it was one of the few black box NES games that was developed by second or third party that goes by Irem Corp in 1984. Once again, another game based on an arcade game of the same name. So, out of you guys' interest, I don't know about Caster, but any of you guys have any experiences with the Black Box series of NES games?
Nope.
No.
Not really, I'm sorry.
I have an NES, but no.
Ow. Okay, let's try this again. Also, I should mention that Spartan X, or Kung Fu as it was known in the West, is one of the few games where you actually start off by moving to the left. The only other game I think that actually does this is the first Metroid game. Get off. Ow. Listen, one problem with this game, it is like the Popeye as we did earlier, it's incredibly clunky. But then again, a lot of NES games were clunky back in the day.
Yeah, well, you know, video games really only just kind of got started then, so, you know, there was a lot of kinks to work out. So it's like, on the one hand, if it's too clunky, you can sit there, you kind of have to balance out, okay, when was this made, and how well were the controls at the time?
Well, this was made in 1985. I think this was released around the same time as Super Mario Brothers.
Again, you just kind of sit there and go, okay, how well were the controls at the time, and how, you know, compare that to the game that you're playing, and it's like, okay, is this on par with what was normal, you know, what was good back then, or is this actually worse than usual?
And we have a Crimson back.
Yay!
Yay!
When playing old video games, I tend to look at them not for their flaws, but for the old value that they can have. Like, this is what video games have today.
Yeah, there is always the nostalgic value. Again, you do kind of want to take into account the controls a little bit,
Yeah.
but at the same time kind of give some leeway to the fact it's like, okay, like, you didn't buy the standards back then, how well are these controls? If they're on par with what was normal back then fine.
The controls, at least when I played NES games for a little bit when I was a kid, they were like Mario is very simple to learn. It is very simple to play. There's really not that many buttons on the controller of the NES.
Well, no. And again, it's more of like, okay, how smooth was the control for the system back then? Like, were the controls clunky, or were they fairly decent for what they were? Personally, I thought Mario's would be okay. Huh?
I'd have to say very decent.
I mean, okay, we're not dealing with modern tech here, but
Well,
I've played the original. Yeah, I've played the original Mario more times than I can count. And I don't remember having too much issues with controls. The most issue I had was with the stupid frickin' enemies, especially in the water worlds, with the annoying frickin' fish. The bloopers and the frickin' squids. Frickin' squids were the worst of it.
right.
It's your boy Gizmo.
If it comes through, we can make this a obligatory BS vid. Okay.
Does anybody remember the game Genie?
Yes.
The game.
I
Game
Game Genie.
Not really.
It's essentially this attachment that you put on an NES game cartridge that allows you to then use cheat codes.
Yeah, I didn't really do that back then.
Forward, will ya? Feels like
Yeah, I
we
have
have to
Game
squeeze
Genie, I
the
have a
controller
few
just to get it to move
games, the
properly.
NES. The only thing that I would not like about the NES is the fact that when you put a game in and you push it down and then you turn it on and it flashes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's where back then you had to take it out, blow on the cartridge, and put it back in, and then try like different other things, even perform like surgery on your console just to get it to work.
Yeah, with mine, it was usually either blowing on the cartridge or sometimes blowing on the console to get the dust and stuff out, and then it would work.
Even though
Yeah,
some people recommend not doing that, but it works.
Yeah, we were like, screw the rules. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, it's more of this isn't working. What else is there to do?
Yeah, and then people back then
I'm
would
still gonna
actually
say that
open up
because
their console and they would troubleshoot it for themselves.
I'm
Like
gonna
they,
say that because I'm all Team Skull.
Yeah.
they were engineers back then. They were the true troubleshooters at the at-home consumer.
We're gonna fix this.
We're gonna fix it either by blowing on it or we're gonna take it apart and figure it out.
I was mostly one of the ones that was just like, okay,
Although 9 times. Oh, sorry.
I was mostly just the ones that was like, okay, I'm gonna blow on the cartridge. Does that work? No. Okay, I'll do a light. Like I never stuck my mouth right into the machine. I just kind of leaned over and kind of blew across it like a little bit, and it worked. It would usually work. Don't know why, but whatever. It worked.
I remember having to take mine apart, and then where the gold contact pins were, I remember to just make this work perfectly. I take 99.9% rubbing alcohol, and I just start cleaning each pad. And then I do it to the game cartridges, put everything back together, and it works.
Just made it. Save Sylvia from Mr. X. Round 3.
You okay, Casta?
I just realized something.
What?
What?
The Pokemon trading card game. I had the app on the tablet, and the tablet held my password. I lost my Pokemon trading card game online account.
There's no way to get it back?
I written the password in the tablet, which is dead.
Question. Do you have a way to access the email that was associated with your account? Maybe you can get it reset with a security question.
I would, but I don't have a laptop.
It's just an idea.
I appreciate the idea, but we are working on getting me a laptop so that way I can do that.
I have one more question for you. Do you have a smartphone?
The app is only available for tablets.
What I mean is maybe you could just go through their main website and use it to reset it.
I'm not sure if it works like that, Minion.
I don't know. I've never personally used it because I know there's some apps that you can get for tablets and stuff, and they always have like a main website that you can usually log in with your phone or sometimes a disk.
Well, good news is that the account for the Pokemon's official website connects to that. Only problem is I always keep forgetting, which causes me to keep resetting the password.
Okay.
Again, I would have to get a laptop to do this separately because I cannot do this on the phone.
I got a laptop to do it with that, but
It's not like we can just load it up in a cannon and shoot it at Casta's house and it lands into there. Perfectly fine.
It's better than the thought of that Tesla coming down from orbit and hitting one of our houses.
I'm not gonna ask.
They launched a Tesla into space.
A call.
That's why I said I don't want to ask.
It lands in my backyard. Hey, look, a free car. Woo!
Dude, I wouldn't even move the car. I would just set up like some railing and stuff and just charge people to come and see it. And there you have some extra income.
Oh.
Either put some tents or something up around it and just leave it as it lay in the crash site.
It's a good thing this is going to be a BS vid then.
Yeah.
So let's kind of contradict this. This might as well become a BS vid for this time round.
Yeah.
We'll probably do a let's play of this some other time. Why do these guys always look like they want to bear hug me for some bizarre reason?
Hugs! Where's Finn when you need him?
You know what? I would want to see Finn play this game at some point.
Yeah. And sorry to like cause that, DV. It's just something that you just realize. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But then again, that's what we do in the BS vids these days, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, real quick, Casta. When I had to make my new Bangamajig, I sent you a request. I'm not sure if you got it.
So I have some good news for this evening. Guess what I get to have for supper?
Ramen?
Who?
Pizza?
I wish ramen. Sloppy Joes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, one more try and then we'll call it.
What, you don't like Sloppy Joes?
No.
Weird.
Hey, sloppy joes
Sauce.
just a meh.
It was a good sale. It was like 50 cents a can at Walmart for the sauce.
My dog is asleep and barking in his sleep.
Yeah, that's kind of something similar to do. Aside from the barking.
Yeah, so far all that I've sent is like professional puppy and all that as far as friend requests. Okay, who's blowing up my Facebook?
How odd is that I rarely use Facebook now?
Same here. I'm barely even on it. I'm on here more than I am on, like, Facebook.
Well, there's Twitter nowadays. Most people be tweeting up a storm on there. But one of my friends rarely use Twitter for anything.
Ay, ay, ay. It's ridiculous now.
One chick day gone.
You know, out of all the games to give this, out of all the names to give this game in Japan, they call it Spartan X, but in the West they call it Kung Fu. Why do they call it Spartan X?
I don't know.
That's probably something I might ask Cedrus at some point.
Well, start of May, and once this passes by, summer.
But he's right here.
I meant the actual season. I know what I meant.
I was being funny.
I am a season.
But you know,
No, season of the Wicked's over there.
you stole my joke.
You're too slow.
Ow. I think that's gonna call it for our BS vid tonight.
Alright.
Because this is, otherwise it's just key to get going. Or otherwise we're not gonna get past level 3 at the time. And my hands are starting to get cramped. So from all of us here, from what was our Let's Play now become our obligatory BS vid for this time round, we bid you good night.
See ya.
Bye. Also, Crimson, did you get the picture that I tagged you in?